Thank you to everyone who has been in support of our petition. I'm Judy Harrison, Drew Harrison's mom. I want to thank you for your signatures, your comments, and for promoting our petition. I in particular want to express our gratitude to our neighbors, the people who have known Drew for about 20 years, and have asked Governor McAuliffe to please return him to his loving family and to the community that loves him too. When we first started this petition, our goal was to ask Governor McAuliffe to please pardon Drew. What we have learned is that sadly this is not an isolated incident. As one person said in a comment, the tsunami of ASD, autism spectrum disorder, is getting ready to hit the United States of America, and our criminal justice system simply is not prepared for it, and we can attest to that. We've used the term decriminalize autism, and I want to address that. What we are not saying is that someone with autism should be able to commit a crime and not be held responsible for that. We are saying that the behaviors and communication differences of those with an autism spectrum disorder should never be used to convict a person of a crime when they're only guilty of having autism. I can give you one example from the transcript where the judge convicted Drew, and he gave a number of reasons, but this is one way. He's talking about Drew's therapist had talked, and he says that the therapist said that Drew has a strong desire to please. He seeks approval. Indeed, the doctor's own words was he fakes well. That's something I have to take into account. I have huge issues with this as just one of a number of things. But my question is, if that was something that was so serious that you had to take that into account, then why did you not call the doctor back to the stand and ask him for some clarification about that? Many of you have told me that this is your greatest nightmare, that your son or your grandson will be misunderstood and convicted of a crime when their true crime is just having autism. A lot of people think that the training of prosecutors, first responders, and the judges throughout the criminal justice system, that's extremely costly. But think about the cost of what it has been to prosecute Drew, to incarcerate him. And that's only the financial cost. That doesn't have anything to do with the pain and the suffering that he and we have endured. Even if you take autism out of the equation in Drew's particular case, the reasonable doubt was overwhelming. When you factor in the autism, the injustice should be an absolute embarrassment to any of the professionals who are responsible for the incarceration and conviction. This will be our first Christmas without having Drew home. It's a very difficult time, as you can imagine. Listening to the sadness when I talk with Drew about not being home, it's very difficult to explain something or help him to make sense of something that makes absolutely no sense at all. No person with autism should be sitting in a prison cell because they communicated in a courtroom like a person with autism. There's one thing that I know for sure. If this can happen to our family, it can happen to any family. I ask you to please sign the petition and please share it with others. Please continue to do this. Together, we are strong in numbers. Our voices and our votes make a powerful difference. Please join me by saying with your signature that it is not acceptable to unfairly criminalize vulnerable people with autism. If you want more details about this case, then I invite you to please go to my blog, savedrew.com. You can also email me from that blog if you want to ask me a specific and personal question, savedrew.com. Thank you very much.